Welcome to Healing Together, where we explore how Indigenous wisdom and modern science can unite to transform mental health. I'm host Name, and today we're traveling across Europe and the Arctic Circle to spotlight a quiet revolution. Culturally adapted, digital self-help courses, co-created with Indigenous communities themselves. But here's the big question. Can a course designed with a community, not just for them, really change lives? Stay tuned. You might be surprised by what's happening from Sámi to Greenland. Why Indigenous communities need a new approach. Let's start with a stark reality. Indigenous peoples across Europe and Scandinavia, like the Sámi, Greenlandic Inuits, Nenets, Basques, and Crimean Tatars, face mental health challenges at rates far above the national average. For the Sámi, who live across Norway, Sweden, Finland, and Russia, anxiety, depression, and suicide, especially among young reindeer herders, are urgent issues. Traditional mental health services often miss the mark. Why? Because they don't speak the language of the land, the heart, or the culture. Imagine sitting with a therapist who doesn't understand your worldview, your connection to reindeer, or the rhythm of 8 Arctic seasons. Would you open up? That's where our model steps in. Co-creating courses with each community, blending their cultural knowledge with psychiatric science, and delivering them in their own language and style. The Sámi, last Indigenous people of Europe, first in innovation. Let's zoom in on the Sámi. Did you know Sweden's new mental health strategy is including Sámi perspectives for the first time? It's a huge leap forward, but the need is urgent. Half of Swedish Sámi reindeer herders experience anxiety and depression, and 1 in 3 young herders have seriously considered or attempted suicide. But here's the hook. When Sámi values, traditions, and languages are woven into mental health resources, something powerful happens. In Norway, for example, the Sanks program brings therapy out of the clinic and into the reindeer corral or the open tundra, using environmental therapy and Sámi cultural identity as healing tools. Now imagine digital courses that do the same delivered in Sámi, reflecting local metaphors and accessible even in remote villages. Suddenly, help isn't a foreign concept. It's a familiar voice, a known landscape, a trusted guide. Greenlandic Inuits, digital hope in the world's north. Let's cross the sea to Greenland, where Inuits face the world's highest suicide rate. The reasons are complex: colonial trauma, endless summer sun, and isolation. But here's a reveal. A new online platform, mindhelper.gl, is changing the game. It offers video courses and articles in Greenlandic, focusing on anxiety, mindfulness, and self-compassion. Why does this matter? Because for many, internet access is the only bridge to help. The platform's flexibility, anonymity, and cultural relevance mean more people can reach out without stigma or shame. Picture this. A young person in a remote Greenlandic town, struggling with anxiety, can now access support in their own language, at their own pace, and in the privacy of their home. That's real, scalable change. Other Indigenous groups, the power of local identity. But the story doesn't end there. Across Spain and France, the Basques, Catalans, and Galicians maintain strong Indigenous identities and languages. In Russia's Arctic, the Nenets and Nenets continue traditional lifestyles, but face marginalization and health disparities. Crimean Tatars, Krymchaks, and Karaites in Ukraine carry the scars of displacement and cultural suppression. Where there's a strong sense of cultural identity and digital access, there's an opportunity for tailored mental health support. Imagine courses co-created with Basque youth, using local proverbs and music. Or Nenets elders sharing wisdom about resilience on the tundra, blended with evidence-based psychiatric tools. The model is simple, but revolutionary. Listen first, co-create, and empower communities to deliver these resources themselves.